Hello Year 7 and 8. Mr. Reynolds here, just signing off this academic year in usual YouTube clip fashion. So we've got a few days left now of the college term, and one thing I just wanted to raise with you is there's been a lot of students pinging me emails and sort of saying, right, what are we to do with the work that we've gone through and produced? Now, for those of you in Year 7 and Year 8, as we've said before, a lot of this work that we've been doing has been to keep that, scientific spark going in, ticking over inside those noggins of yours. Will the work be developed on when we return to school? Well, yes, in one form or another. And what I mean by there won't be a formal, right, now we're going to go through and review this and review this and review this. We will dip into some of the tasks that we've set over the course of this time. But as I've done with my son at primary school, the work that we've done with him is we're just filing it away, popping it into a box. It's helping him with his general schooling, but for me it's going to be a very interesting thing to look back at in the future. So yeah, remember that we had that time in lockdown. This is what we produced, or this is what you produced during that time. We will be talking about this series of events for generations, for a long time, and there is something wonderful. You won't get it quite at the moment, but when you're a bit older in years, as some are, not me of course, but some people are, to look back at the work that you did when you were a student at school is a wonderful form of nostalgia. I get a lot out of it looking back at some of the books that I had from secondary school, and a couple of little bits of work that I produced at primary school. It's a nice thing, and this work being not driven by notes you would be preparing in school. It's been driven by you. Whatever you've got on those bits of paper in front of you, that was pretty much all of you. That's going to be a nice thing to look back at, in the future. So before we go through and sign off for the formal summer break, get yourselves organised, pop it into a folder, keep it all, and then it can be dug out at later times. Pop it into your into the bedrooms, into the loft space where it can be stored away. Dig it out later on. Nice form of nostalgia and looking back anyway. So with the work that you've actually gone through and produced, if it's relatively accessible, we might be dipping into it. But as I've said to a lot of you, send me a picture of what you've been doing, or some of the bits of work you've been particularly proud of. It's lovely to see what you guys have been doing. A couple of other students have pinged me emails to ask whether you will be completing work over the course of this summer break. The simple answer is no. Okay, so the holidays, the breaks that we had before, the weekends, weekday, weekend, all of these days have seemed to have just blended into one. And although you may have been on a half term or the Easter break, for example, when there's work still hanging over you or something to go through and to do, have you truly been able to go through and switch off and relax? Perhaps not. I know I have personally struggled with that. So in the past, when we were on a half term or on these holidays, I felt like I hadn't really earned it. So I kept on working throughout, at a lesser pace, but was still working. Was still going through and working with it. This summer break, there will be an allotted time when I don't pick up an email. I'm going to dedicate it truly to relaxation and recharge. I feel like I've properly earned it this time. And then I can go through, the last couple of weeks before we go back to school, I can start getting myself back into that routine and mindset to hit the ground running in September. Okay, so hope everyone's been well and has enjoyed the work we've gone through and set given to you for science, and you've found perhaps a new interest in an aspect of science or life that wasn't there before. That's what this whole process was about. What will September look like? Who knows? You've got letters, but we've got a plan of action. But I know the principal will go through and send out emails with information. But we'll take it from there. But if there is anything via emails that you are unsure about, any further questions that are kicked up during this time or even during the summer holidays, I'm always there and will get back to you as quick as I can. It might be a little bit slower over the summer break. But I will get back to you, as soon as I can, and we'll, we can go through and thrash out the ideas and discuss a few points together. All right. So take care, everyone. I'll see you all in September, and enjoy a restful summer break. Take care.